Hey there, divers! Today I want to be talking to you about taking the Sundiver Express to dive the many lovely sights of Catalina Island, California. The Sundiver is a well-rounded vessel capable of taking recreational as well as technical scuba divers on easy to extremely advanced dives. Whether you're kicking your way through the Seafan Grotto or taking a scooter across Eagle Reef, come dive the Sundiver Express. You'll be starting your day out here in the Alamitos Bay Marina, specifically at the corner of North Marina and Marina Drive. I recommend parking here in the green highlighted area. From here, you'll be safe to park all day while you're on the boat, as well as easy access to the ramps down to the docks. To access the Sundiver slip, we'll be using the ramp located here, following the orange highlighted path here down to the Sundiver Express. From the parking lot, turn around and head down this walkway. Headed towards the Boathouse restaurant, past the Sundiver offices and down the ramp. Here we'll find the Sundiver and the Sundiver Express dive boats. Once you're loaded up, you can grab a bathroom key from the captain and head to the restrooms here. After a full day of diving, it's nice to hit at the local restaurants. There are a few options, including the Ballast Point Brewery here, or Mulaney's Irish Pub here. Once everyone's loaded up, we'll get a little talk from the DM about some of the features of the boat. After that, it's time to hang out and get comfortable for the nearly 1 hour trip out to Catalina. We enjoy sitting on the floor of the boathouse, but there's plenty of benches on the lower levels. After a quick snooze, it's time to start gearing up. As we approach the island, it's a good idea to get your gear squared away. That way you can get in the water as quick as possible. Captain Kyaa is always open to suggestions if you're interested in a specific dive location, but it's always going to come down to what has the safest conditions for divers, as well as for the boat to anchor in. On this particular day, we did a little bit of cruising around, looking for the most ideal conditions. Here we are, splashing in for the first dive of day 2 that I'm going to be using footage from in this video. Like I said, the boat is well equipped for recreational as well as more technical divers, and the crew is always willing to help with stage bottles and scooters and any extra equipment that you've got. Here we have dive 1 of day 1. We're going to be doing kicking today, keeping it simple, just enjoying a little bit of a slower dive style. We had some really lovely conditions today, nothing amazing, but still clean blue water, and that's really all you can ask for here in Southern California. Here's Andrew showing off his inverted skills. And there's the team exploring a little slope. It's always nice to give presents to your friends, especially when they're not expecting it. I don't remember the exact name of this site, but it was a lovely little piece of reef with a very nice, healthy kelp forest. Min temperature of about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, so really moderate temperatures this time of year. Just lovely, comfortable diving. And of course, with our expert navigation skills, we were able to end the dive 55 minutes later, directly under the stern of the boat. Grabbed this lovely shot of some kelp perch and sunlight on the fronds as we were spiraling around a kelp spike on our way up to our safety stop. Check out those sunbeams coming down. Gotta love it. It's been a long time since we've had some strong sunlight during dive hours. After your first dive, you can expect a lovely assortment of snacks ready for you, prepared by the captain and crew. Now we're going to go through dive 1 of day 2. This was our more technically oriented day. Everyone's on doubles and scooters. We were going a little faster and a little bit deeper. This particular location is known as Kroll's Reef. It's a nice little pinnacle and then a beautiful drop off down into some deeper water. We had a lovely time. Some nice big schools of blacksmiths here and some nice clean water down deep. While we were exploring some of the deeper sections, we managed to find this lost boot hanging out on the seafloor, and here the hand of God is going to steal it from me. A little later on, we found this strange hunk of material. I was under the impression it might be the skull of some kind of cetacean, but I believe it was actually just a piece of wood. After that, we came back to the main rock pile that is Crowell's Reef and did a couple laps around it. Here you can appreciate the main pinnacle structure. Arming my proton torpedoes as I run down this trench here. It's always a good time just meandering around with the homies, winding through these lovely kelp stipes. While we were mucking around, we ran into this bat ray foraging for food on the seafloor. Really cool creatures. I don't really get to see them very often, so it's really nice to get to see one out here in such beautiful water. We tried to follow him for a little while, but as you can imagine, a bat ray is a lot faster than a diver, even on a scooter. As the dutiful citizens that we are, we try to pick up as much trash as possible. Unfortunately, this piece was already occupied by a small cephalopod friend. He was none too happy that we abducted him from his home, but I think he'll find a nicer place to live. After dive 1, we're going to move spots. We're going to head farther south down the island and look for somewhere a little bit new. Here we're going to stop at Seafan Grotto. Here we are, swimming out to our descent location, day 1, dive 2 at Seafan Grotto. Making our descent, we're going to drop down to about 30 feet and follow along the wall to the namesake location. As you can imagine, this location is known for its lovely Seafan gorgonians growing straight out from the rock walls. After a short swim, we've made our way to the grotto. It's a decent-sized little room, enough for 3 or 4 divers to fit in comfortably. It's a really lovely sight to see these beams of sunlight coming down through the exits in the overhang roof. I took a quick look around the western side of the grotto. This is a bit of a tighter space than the other room. It's pretty short and it's not easy to fit more than 1 diver in here at a time. Headed out of the grotto, we followed the edge of the reef for a little bit longer, going eastward until we hit our turn pressure and went back to the boat. After dive 2, it's time for lunch. As you can see here, Captain's put out a lovely little spread for us. You can expect some pre-made sandwiches, casseroles, pasta, lots of different options on the Captain's repertoire. She's not just a great captain, she's also a great cook. Here we are, moving over to location 2, day 2. I'm going to call this location Gravel Pit on account of the large gravelly pit. This whole part of the island was a part of the quarrying operations to make the LA Harbor breakwater, so lots of terraformed earth. Again, this is our scootering day, so we're going to be covering a lot more ground in these dives. That said, they are pretty simple dives. Basically put the reef on one side and follow it until you want to turn back. I had managed to forget my hood today, so I'm going to be rocking the balaclava on this one. Captain told us about a lovely little sailboat wreck that you can see here, about 110 feet of seawater. That's one of the really nice things about the Sundiver Express is Captain Kyaa will often take us to sites that the recreational divers can have a great time on, and then give the more technical divers or the scooter divers a more distant waypoint to shoot for, something a little deeper, a little more exciting for us. I think someone might be a little bit narked here. This was a really cool little wreck to check out. It was still absolutely full of stuff that people use on sailboats. Ropes, batteries, appliances, as we saw there, a little mixing bowl, all kinds of stuff. Blankets, tarps. Continuing on, we found some cool concrete cylinder things. I'm not exactly sure what these might have been used for. I think this was a tractor tire, actually, but the other two structures are made of concrete for sure. Not sure what they would have been used for. I'm guessing some kind of dock or float. This was about 120 feet of seawater. Really, really impressive clarity at this depth. You can see way down that slope there. Here we found some really epic elk kelp stipes. I really love this kind of kelp. They're cool branching heads, and these super long tendrils are just awesome. It creates a fun little roof to scooter under. I like to help my friends out, you know? You don't want anyone to be diving with their BCD too full. Don't worry, buddy, I'll help you dump that gas. Oh, do you think he saw me? Riding back to our exit point now. I really, really like this slope. Tons of nice vegetable on the floor and nice wide open areas for us to take our scooters through and not lose visibility on the team. You might be able to see that we're carrying stage bottles on this dive. Of course, this was no more than an hour-long dive. We didn't need 3 tanks, but there's only air fills available on the Sundiver, so we like to bring all of our own nitrox for all 3 dives, breathing off of our doubles for dives 1 and 3, and using the stage for dive 2. Here we are, day 1, dive 3. We've moved over to Crane Base, one of my favorites. Crane Base is a pretty special site. Here you can spot a very rare fish for Southern California, the scythe butterfly fish, a much more southern fish that somehow ended up here. There's only a small population of these fish here and on a couple other spots on Catalina Island. Personally, I saw a few over on Farnsworth Banks, which I thought was pretty interesting. Here we are, finishing up that dive 3 on day 1. Again, just enjoying that sunlight on kelp while we're chilling at our safety stop. That's it for day 1. Let's keep on going and look at the dive 3 for day 2. On a similar part of the island, I'm going to call this site Gravel Ledges due to the large gravelly ledges on the shoreline. Again, just following the edge of that forest on our scooters. This time, however, going to be doing a little bit more weaving in and out of the kelp forest and through these channels here. There were some really cool large sedimentary rocks here on the site. I'm not sure exactly how these rocks kind of got here or what formations would have allowed that to happen on the island, but very cool to see. We had some decent current in a few spots, as you can see here with this kelp laid over flat, which allows us to really haul as we're going by. Attempting to have a little bit of a tender moment with my boy Peter here. Unfortunately, I'm going to be absolutely rejected. No, I'm not okay. Cool shot here with the 360 camera. I don't think I saw this during the dive, but there was a bat ray flying by overhead as we were passing by. Peter, you're a bit of a kelp magnet, me boy. Let me help you out. Yeah, I know, right? This guy. Really thought I could scooter through here, but alas, a little bit too tight, so I'm just gonna glide on through. And with that, the last of 6 dives across 2 days with the Sundiver Express comes to an end. Absolutely fantastic times were had, good people were met, good food was had, and we'll definitely be back in the future for a lot more. Hi, Mom. What better way to end a lovely set of dives than hanging on the surface in a beautiful island paradise and sipping an ice cold beer? Now that diving is done, it's time to take a quick hose down and strip off this gear, relax a little bit. Again, got about an hour and a quarter back to shore. Of course, no day is complete without the dessert selection. Today we had some lovely caramel brownies. That's all for now. See you next time. Happy diving and safe bubbles.